All right, guys. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I'm really excited. For those of you guys who don't know, we just got back from conference last night. It was my fourth conference. It was an amazing event, and I'm just so fired up. I went feeling really tired and kind of stressed out, and just felt. So I'm just gonna mute everybody here. And I felt just like I was excited about it, but I was just feeling tired, right? And just stuff in life and everything, right? So, Erica, for some reason, I can't mute you. Okay, there we went. Okay, just because it's background noise. Okay. So I was feeling really excited, but I was tired, and I just really needed the event. You know, they always say, like, you know, we need events, and, you know, the event needs us, right? So I went, you know, just fired up. I was so excited to see everyone. There was about, I think, 150 or so of everyone from our team, maybe close to 200. It was really nice just spending time and one-on-ones, and we had dinners and lunches, but of course we're there for the event. You know, you guys, events change your life, events change your business. If you haven't been to an event, whether it's a one team, one mission, or getting to conference, it's just everything. It gets you excited. You see the vision of the company, and you just get fired up about just what our company is all about. So again, it was my fourth conference, and I was so fired up. And you know, from the new products, you know, we have our new chocolate greens on the go. We have the keto cup salted caramel, which actually Joanna was saying you actually don't need. Is it a Tasmo or a Keurig?
A Keurig.
A Keurig. I'm so bad with those coffee.
What, that's sorry? Okay. No, it was on the It Works Instagram story today. That's where I saw it.
Oh yeah, I saw your post somewhere. So that's cool, because Jay was like, "Oh, we need to go buy one now," because we used to have one, right? Because the little pod things you normally have to put in those, right? But so they apparently taste amazing. And then we have the Hydrate, which we tasted on the yacht. It was really, really good. It tastes kind of like a lemon lime like Gatorade, really, really good, healthy for you. So those were really good. And then the Thermofite X, of course, you guys, and I know it's only in the US right now, but we are getting it in Canada very soon. You know, if I can make another order. I know lots of you guys were asking about that. And so there are things, and Mark was even saying, you guys, because he came into the international suite and we were talking about the products, and he said the only reason that Canada doesn't have some of the products right away is just because of Health Canada. It's nothing to do with anything else, right? It's not like they're trying to keep them from us, right? Because I know people get frustrated with that, right? But so one thing I really loved about conference, and I learned a lot, was the social media training. They had this really great girl. Oh my gosh, what was her name? Social influencer. Shoot. Sorry, you guys. I really wanted to plan more for this.
And Julie Solomon. Julie?
Yes, Julie Solomon. Yes, sorry. It was like nonstop today with people and new people signing up and trying to help all new people get going. So yes, and she was amazing, you guys. Like, I feel like I'm pretty good with social media because I really try and master that. And, you know, she talked a lot about just branding yourself, and you know, and a lot of us, when we start this business, we don't know what we're doing. I know that, right? So especially if you started the business and you're not really learning about, you don't really know about social media yet, you just want us to help you, right? Because it's the same thing when I talk about the amount of posts that you do a day. Because if you do too much, it's not good, right? You know, I was explaining to someone earlier about that, because if you post more than 2 hours during a post, your feed basically gets pushed down and no one's seeing your posts, right? So if you're posting like every 30 minutes or every hour, it's really bad for your algorithm, okay? So that's one thing I do talk about lots. And things always change on social media too. Yes, the social media guide. Thank you, Robin. See, this is why I have you guys all on to help me. It's amazing. We've posted it in some of the team chats. It is in your app. That girl was really amazing. I felt like I learned a lot from her. And she talked about, you know, don't try and be other people. Be yourself. We want you to be yourself. We want you to do your own posts. But, you know, find people that inspire you. Find, you know, 5 things about you that inspire, like who you are as a person. Like, who are you? Who are you inspiring? Who are you? You know, it's great to put up a post, you know, who wants to join my team, but You want to be vulnerable. The more you put yourself out there and share your story, the more people you're going to help, right? So that is key. I'm going to actually put up more on the team page, just a little bit about that. But I really, really liked her. And, you know, I shared also like her Instagram that she had, social influence or something. I forget. But I'll write it all out and put it on the team page. But she was amazing. I just felt so fired up after listening to her. But then you guys, the biggest thing that was really exciting after hearing all the stories and everything, I know, hi guys, how are you? When they talked about how all the different stories of the people, like I had quite a few friends I knew that were up on stage sharing their stories and who they are and what they're all about. And you guys, so many different backgrounds of people, all different ages. There's like 20-year-olds, there's people in their 50s, 60s, 30s. You know, it doesn't matter how old you are. There's people who start this when they're 18 or in their 60s. You know what I mean? So one thing I really love about our company and who we are and what we're all about is that anyone can do this. It doesn't matter about your background. It doesn't matter if you have a colorful past or, you know, maybe, you know, those who are there, you know, all the crazy like stories that were, I shouldn't call them crazy, all the amazing stories that were shared about people's past and who they are, and, you know, broke people to, you know, people who were involved with drugs and alcoholism and abuse, and, you know, people who didn't, you know, finish their high school or whatever it was, right? Or single moms, or just any different stories. So many great, inspiring stories. And it just goes to show you that anyone can do this business. And I think a lot of times people come in and they're trying to be someone else, right? That's awesome, Alexis. It was so great to see you, hon. And you know, you're not trying to be what's her name? Alyssa Bilyeu or Courtney Bohr or any of these people. Find different people in the business who inspire you, and take different things from everyone and find your own recipe that works for you. We want you to be you. That's the biggest thing. I don't want you to be me. I don't want you to be Cindy. I mean, Cindy is awesome, but you know, you know, we want you to be you, right? You know, if I put up a post and it sounds like Steph or Stella, like, we want you to be you, but you want to make sure that you're doing the right things for social media. Be inspiring, put out posts that are positive and, you know, that are going to, you know, that are going to inspire people. You know, she also talked about, you know, what's that noise clicking? Sorry, is everything muted? You don't want to confuse your audience, okay? So put out what you want to attract. You know, if you're talking about how you have big goals and, you know, you're on a mission, like, don't confuse your audience. You know, don't put that, you know, just be inspiring. Don't put up any negativity. You don't want anything like that that's going to upset anyone or anything, okay? Anything that's silly. And remember that you're a business owner now, and, you know, of course, put up things that are about you and who you are, but just don't put up anything that might offend someone, right? Because that's not good. The best part that I loved about conference, you guys, was the new charting and how the whole comp plan is laid out now. It's pretty much half now. Yeah, I did mute everybody. It's just someone that's not muted, and I don't know who it is. I did mute everybody, so I don't know what's going on there. I'm gonna try again. Oh, okay, maybe it works now. Sorry, that happens sometimes on my computer. So you guys, the new charting is amazing. Honestly, I know we've shared lots on the team page and in the chats already. And if you're not understanding, all the information is in eSuite. Please ask your leader. We're here to help you. But you guys, it's so simple now. Like, it is, exactly. There's no more executive. It's three, you guys. I've been running for ambassador, and it's 3 legs now. Like, I don't need 5. Like, that's all of you guys, for all of you. So qualifying is so much easier. Yeah, Tan, you were on fire. I'm so proud of you. You were so excited and wonderful to be around. And everyone who was there, like, you guys were all excited. And I really got excited just being around all of you and your energy. Like I said, I really needed this event. You know, personally, just for things that I'm going through. And yeah, I was crying too. I was so emotional hearing people's stories, how this has changed people's lives so much. And, you know, like, that's why when people reach out to me and want to join this business, you guys, or when you're reaching out to people, you want to help people. Sure, I have people who join and might not end up working the business, but I want people to know what they have their hands on with this. Like it's truly incredible what we all have our hands on. And, you know, people either run with it or they don't. Yeah, Kate, you were amazing to be around too. And we had such a nice dinner the last night. And, you know, I'm just emotional talking about it. Like I talked about the whole way home with Jay and all the lives that are going to be changed this year. And it's just, yes, events are a must. If you haven't been to an event and you've been in the business for over a year, you need to get to conference. You need to get to Green Carpet. Green Carpet is, you didn't cry. I don't know who that is. Whose iPhone? I didn't cry. That's okay. But, you know, events, you guys, it's just something about them. Oh, Leanne. Oh, Leanne. Leanne cried a little bit, but that's okay. We all cried. But you guys, going back to these bonuses, it's crazy. The guarantee we have right now, the Ruby, Emerald, and the Diamond and up, good, like bonuses, I used to call them the good bonuses because that's what they were called. Those are ending the end of March. And honestly, how the charting is all laid out, anyone can do it. So you got to think big to get big. You know, like if you're thinking, oh, I'll see what I can do. One of you guys just messaged me that, no, don't think that way. You have to think, I'm doing this, because your team is going to run with you if you're running. But if you're not really sure, you need to decide what you want. And a lot of girls on our team have earned these bonuses. We've earned bonuses anywhere from $10,000 to $150,000 plus on the team. So anyone can get these bonuses, you guys. And it's all learning how to chart and knowing what you need to do, okay? For everyone who's coming over to my house tomorrow, I printed out like everything for everybody. But honestly, you guys, I have the Ruby chart. I have everything that everybody needs. It's all in your eSuite in your back office. But you know, when I first joined you guys and I printed out my diamond chart my very second month, I was like, it was overwhelming to me, but all I knew is that I just had to fill it and help those people. And that's all you have to do too. Yes, find your 3 people that you are running with and run with those people. If your goal is to go diamond, double, triple, presidential, ambassador, maybe you're excited to just go Ruby, which is amazing. Ruby is amazing. I don't mean just Ruby, but maybe that is your goal. So with these bonuses, you guys, anyone can get them. So I did print these all out for everybody who's coming over tomorrow. The charts are really simple, you guys, like really simple. So for Ruby, instead of having 5, you're going to have 3, right? You have 3 legs now, and it's super simple. So anyone can do this. We have newbies that are joining and signing up distributors already. Loren signed up 3 or 4 people today. I know, Steph, you signed up a bunch of people. I know Krista was signing up like 3 or 4 people today. I have about 7 people that I'm putting in the system tonight. So honestly, you guys, just follow up with people and talk to people. Don't put up a post on Facebook and expect everyone to message you. I just had another girl who just messaged me. So if you're talking about it, that's great. But posting is a tiny, tiny part of this business, like tiny. You need to message people and ask people. That's another thing the social influencer girl talked about. She says you need to ask people and talk to people and build those relationships. If you are putting up a post and you're not getting interaction, it means you are not interacting with people. It means you're not interacting on other people's posts. It means you're not interacting on team pages and in chats or other people's posts, basically. You need to be kind, and Facebook knows. Like, again, it's all with the algorithm, right? So if you're not getting the interaction you want, it just means that you're not interacting with people. That's really what it is. And when she said that, I was like, wow, that's why my algorithm's so good, because I'm always interacting with people. It's because I'm always messaging people. It's because I'm always involved on team pages and chats. So be involved. It's going to really help your social media too. And she also said, and Alyssa Bill, you said too, if you are not growing your network, you are missing out. If you're trying to work on the same people every single day, you are missing out. Like if I worked on the same people, what if they don't join for 2 years? But what if I talk to new people every single day? I'm going to sign up new customers and distributors every single month. I will. But if I'm working on the same people, maybe they just won't be ready now, right? And that's okay. But she really, really explained that. And I've always known that, because we're paid, you guys, to sign up customers, to sign up to distributors, and to build our team and to help our team and to grow as leaders, as ourselves, right? That's how we're paid. So, you know, Sorry, Alexis, what do you mean? I'm talking about both of them. I'm talking about both the girls, Alyssa and the social media girl. So basically, they were both talking about that, you know, and that's the biggest thing. And you don't have to be Alyssa Bilyeu. You don't have to be me or Cindy or anything, right? Yeah, Julie Solomon, that's who I'm talking about. But Alyssa said that too. So you need to be interacting people, not just liking a post. You need to be kind and thoughtful and connecting with them. And you're going to see your social media interaction completely change. So you need to make sure you're doing those things, or else, you know, if you're not growing your network, and we keep saying grow your network, like you have to grow your network, like get in mom groups or get in what inspires, like whatever you're into, like connect with other people, go through. One thing Christina Watts said is she thinks of a friend from like high school or junior high, and she goes and like writes in the girl's name, like Jennifer Sawyer or something. And then all the Jennifer Sawyers who come up, she goes and adds them all. Then she goes through their Facebooks and adds them all, right? Just go and add people. You know I add people every single day. I think a lot either do or they don't. And if you're not growing your network and taking the time, I put up power hours all the time. You don't have to do them. Nothing's mandatory, but it's to help you grow your business, right? So it's key, you guys. It's, you know, we all get lost in the scroll game, as they call it, but that's not going to make you an income, right? What's going to make you an income is when you're talking to new people, growing relationships, you're being kind, thoughtful, and you're always growing your network. That's what's going to make you an income. That's what network marketing professionals are all about, right? So I really like that segment. I think that was all Friday morning, I believe. We were in Denise's suite, so that was fun. But you guys, these bonuses right now are amazing. So yeah, scroll hole. What did I call it? Yeah. So Audrey says, yes, one of the things they said was people will join you if they know you're 100 invest in them to grow. We are successful by helping them be successful. That was so, so good. Thank you for sharing that. And I was saying this to someone today. People join people who know where they're going. People will join you if you are putting out what you want. That's why another thing I said, do not confuse your audience. You know, make it very clear you are a business owner and your goal is to help people. Make it very clear that you're sharing your story. You're being vulnerable, who you are. Like Alexis is sharing who she is, and you do a very good job, by the way. You know, Candace, I've been seeing all your posts lately, which means your algorithm, if I don't see your post or like it, it just means I'm not seeing it. I know some people are like, why don't you like or comment on my post? It's probably because I just don't see it, right? But so work on that. It's super important, you guys. We get paid to help people, new people to join our team, you know, and interacting with people. Don't just put up a Facebook post and wonder, oh, why can't I sign up distributors and customers? It's probably because you're not connecting and growing your network, or you're not, you know, reaching out to people. And you have to ask. That's one thing they always said, you have to ask, because there's been so many times I've asked people, or people have wanted to join. I forget who sat up on the couch and they were talking about that they were upset that this one customer of theirs didn't join them, but they never asked them. So the girl ended up joining some other girl with It Works because she didn't ask. So it's so, so true. The Connect app is so good, you guys. Oh, it's so good. Everything on the Connect app is so great. I was listening to a podcast from Julie Solomon today, and she was saying the same thing. Don't feel bad or like we're doing something wrong. If you're truly trying to help people, it's a service, not a bad thing. Yes. Like thank you, Megan, for sharing that. And I know you took tons of notes, and but it's true. Like I think a lot of times people, if I ask you right now what you do for a living, are you going to tell me that you have your own health and wellness business? Or are you going to say, oh, I work this, and are you not proud of what you do? You need to be proud and loud and bold about what you do, because people will join you if you're like that. You don't have to be something that you're not. That's not what I'm saying. You can be an introvert and you can be shy, but you need to be proud about what you're doing. Because I'm telling you right now, those people are the ones who sign up distributors and customers. People want to join people. I say this all the time, who know where they're going. You know, sometimes I ask some of you guys what your goals are and you don't really know. So you need to be clear and know what your goals are, or else your team doesn't know, your audience doesn't know, and you don't know either, right? So do you find that when you do power hours to comment on posts, it helps to have your friends list out and interact with different friends daily? Yes. And I see a lot of you guys interact on distributors' posts. That doesn't help either. It really doesn't. You don't need to comment and like on all your distributors. It really isn't helping you. You need to comment and interact on people who you want to join your team, people who are potential customers and distributors. So honestly, I know a lot of top people and unfollow their entire team. I don't do that because I want to see what's going on, but I know a lot of people do that. They unfollow their team because if I look through my feed, I see most of my team. But I also keep lists and I keep track of people who I'm talking with, and I go through my Facebook. I always have a max capacity of friends because I'm always deleting and adding new people. But you have to do that, you guys. It's how you're going to sign people up. But if you're always kind of interacting with people on your team, like you don't need to do that. It's okay to comment on your team and everything, and encourage them and everything, but don't do that all day long. You want to interact and talk to new people. You want to interact on new people on your friends list so they see your posts, because they're probably not seeing your posts. And if you're not consistent and excited and sharing things daily, they're really not going to pay attention. Yes, Alexis, that's perfect. And if you guys have on Facebook, like your friends list, and you have them printed out and you're working on new potentials and you're writing them down. I know everybody on my plane yesterday had their notebooks out and they were writing down all their potentials and they were writing everyone down. You need to do stuff like that if you're wanting to sign up distributors and customers, because I'll tell you right now, maybe you're 5 or 6 distributors away from going diamond. That's a $10,000 bonus. That's an average of like $2,500 US a month. So why wouldn't you be doing that, right? It's great to get on Zooms and parties and do all these things, but unless you're doing those other things, it's not, serve your team more than you post. If you're posting all the time, that's all you're doing. You need to be connecting and growing your network, talking to new people, because that's how you meet people. If you're always trying to work on the same people, I know one of you messaged me today and you're like, I have no potentials. And I'm like, okay. Well, we should always have potentials, right? People are definitely watching you, and if you're not connecting with people or being consistent and talking about things, like you just always want to be doing that. One main thing that everybody said, this business is 80% mental. 80%. A few of them said it was like 90%. And honestly, I really believe this business is all a shift in your mindset. Like if you're not where you want to be right now, you can change that. You really can. And it all comes down to, they were talking about, one of the girls was talking, this was on the yacht. I was talking with a presidential ambassador and she's like, yeah, what's with people talking about like all the TV shows that they're watching or Netflix that they're binging? And to me, I look at stuff like that and I'm like, wait, like I know people are allowed to watch TV. That's not what I'm saying. But to me, I want to like join with someone who is excited and growing their business and trying to help people and their families and the families on their team. Not about, I'm going to watch TV all day or, go like it's okay to talk about stuff like that. But if you're like watching the Super Bowl and say, yay, I'm watching the Super Bowl and talking to, 3 girls who are excited about joining my team and making an income, right? So just be careful how you word things, because what you put out is so important. Yeah, she did talk about that. I know, Robin, we talked about that. She didn't say that she does a lot of Facebook and IG stories and also videos. Yes, like live videos and Instagram, Facebook. And she also said, or Alyssa said, don't feel like you have to master 5 things. Like master 1 or 2 things. But if you're trying to do Facebook and trying to do Instagram, but you're not really good at either, pick one of them that you're going to be really good at. But don't keep trying to do the same thing if it's not working. I know for me, Facebook is like my thing. I know what I'm doing on Facebook. I'm always trying to keep up with my algorithm. I'm always talking to new people. I'm always growing my network and deleting people. And I'm always commenting on their posts so they see mine. And then they're going to interact with me and I'm in their inbox and, excuse me, I keep burping, my goodness. They just talked a lot about how, this business, you guys, it's all about growing relationships. It's all about knowing what you want. And, there's girls on the team, you guys, who really know what they want and they are running after it, right? So I have major baby burps, Cindy. They're big burps. But you need to know what you want, right? Like 80% of this business mindset, the other 10 to 20%, whatever, if you want to say it's 80 or 90%, whatever, is just taking action, learning, growing. I know I was talking to some people today just about social media. And you guys, if you ever think I'm being like harsh or too red, it just means that I'm trying to help you. Like, honestly, like I wish, like I remember when I started and I didn't really have a leader, like if I'm saying something to you, just know that you probably need to hear that. That's what leaders are supposed to do. If you told me you want to go diamond or double or triple diamond and, I think you should be doing this, it's only because I'm trying to help you. It's not because I'm trying to be a jerk face. Sometimes you might be like, oh, Tanis is being a jerk face. But really, I'm just trying to help you, right? So, oh, Megan. But I think sometimes people take things the wrong way. And if you're taking things the wrong way, maybe it's really speaking to you, right? I know for me, you guys, a lot of people would have understood if I didn't go to conference. I'm pregnant. I just lost my dad. I feel like I have a lot going on, and I get it. And I know a lot of you couldn't go. I totally get that. But I know for me, this business, like you have to be obsessed with this if you want to, get to double, triple presidential ambassador. Like you have to be obsessed with your business. Otherwise, it's not going to just fall into your lap and happen, right? So I know for me, I'm going ambassador at the end of March, and I had to be there. I had to get there. But the most exciting thing for me, why I was crying so much, you guys, in the stands and in VIP is because I was thinking about all the girls and all the guys and all the couples, the families, lives that are going to change on our team. I get excited. Yeah, show up to go up. Like that's what we always talk about. And yeah, you are red, and it's okay to be a red. I'm red and I'm yellow too, so I'm very empathetic, and I'm very I understand things, right? And I share you guys a lot. I'm very open. I share about my struggles. I talk about that. I'm very vulnerable. I share that on my social media, right? I'm very open, and I tell people who I am. People know who I am. And if you don't want to share something in your past or who you are, that's okay, but you need to tell your story. People are going to join you based on who you are and what you are doing, okay? Not just because, oh, I have skinny coffee, you want to be one of my product models. Like, people are going to join you because, like, Cindy, you do a really good job at this, you share your story, and you sign up customers and distributors. Like, the thing is, you guys, you have to be open. You have to give yourself out, because that's what this business is all about, okay? I know people can talk. People know that they can come and talk to me because they know I'm just open, and I'm an open book, and I'm very honest, and but you have to, it's okay. You can be shy in this business. You can be any color of the rainbow and be successful. It doesn't matter. There's a lot of blues in the audience. There were reds, greens, mixes of everything, right? But you have to know what you want in this business, okay? So that was just a little bit about conference. If anyone had any questions, I know I'm having a group over tomorrow in Winnipeg for anyone who wants to come. If anyone has any questions about, the compensation plan, I know we'll probably have another Zoom later in the week. I know Cami did a live today about just a recap of conference. I shared it on the team page. She went more into detail about things. She also had a Zoom with the VIPs today. And you know what? Also, I shared Pam is doing a live with the Duns and Denise. And look how different they are, right? So it's just learning what works for you guys and just being open and being your best self and just showing up. But really, they talk about this a lot, like, don't confuse your audience. Because if you're confusing your audience, they don't know what you want. They don't know how you can help them. They're not going to trust you. Not that you're not trusting, but that's the biggest thing in this business. You need to own who you are. You don't need to change who you are, and that's not what I'm saying. I don't want you to be me or Joanna or Steph or Taylor or whatever, but you need to know who you are, and you need to put out the best qualities of you. Don't talk about Netflix and which TV show you're going to binge watch. Like, and I'm not being mean and saying that. I'm just saying, I look at that, I'm like, okay, like, and I get it. We all watch TV, right? And this isn't towards any of you because we've all done it, right? That we've all posted stuff like this, right? But you know, there's girls right now. Christy's in Disney World right now, and she stayed home all day and today, and she's signing up distributors and customers, and she is like running, right? And you know, don't confuse your team either. Don't confuse your upline. Like, you know, I know a lot of people tell me that they want this and they need this, and you know, sign up distributors, sign up customers, help your team, grow as a leader, be consistent, show up. If you're not showing up to something, your team probably isn't either. And I say this a lot. You know, if you're not showing up to things, it's probably not a priority to you, and that's okay. But don't expect to go diamond, double, triple presidential ambassador, because this is a business. You know, and I'm just saying those things because it's true, you guys. A lot of the leaders said that too. Anyone can do this business, but I think 2% of people make it to diamond and above. 2%, I think. I think that's what they said. Because people just don't change what they're doing. They just keep saying, okay, this is going to work, but they just keep doing the same thing, right? So you need to make a plan. If it's with your upline, if you want to do it yourself, but you need to have, and there doesn't have to be a timeline. Like, you know, if you don't get it this month, like, you know, don't just like, you know, shut it all down, right? But, you know, you have to make a plan. Like I knew from day one when I joined this business, I knew if I committed and I stayed consistent and I knew what I wanted and I worked towards it, I knew I would get to ambassador. I knew I would become a millionaire. I knew I would get there. And I think a lot of people stop. They stop, they get started. They stop, they get started. Yes. You have to be coachable in this business. And I know some people aren't, and some people don't want to listen to people, and that's okay. But, you know, I learned that from the beginning, and you know, I played tennis my whole life, and I know what discipline is like. I know what they also talk a lot about, you know, doing things they don't feel like doing sometimes, right? Like, you know, I was excited about the Zoom tonight, but I've been really tired the past few days and just traveling, and oh, you guys, my ankles, Robin knows my ankles they turned into like baby elephants. I was so swollen. Oh my gosh. I was so swollen like the whole trip. My hands are still swollen. My face is swollen. But I just always get like that when I travel. And then, you know, being pregnant, you know, doesn't really help either. Even if it takes 10 years to go ambassador, the time will pass, and it's pretty unlikely in 10 years you would make ambassador income in some other job. See, I don't know if I can wrap my feet right now. That's what Nahani was saying. Cindy. So yeah, ambassador, you guys, is like $50,000 a month, you know, Canadian. So I think like 38, 40 American. I mean, I don't know a job unless you're like a surgeon or whatever that makes that type of income, right? So if you're not where you want to be at and you've been in the business for a while, don't worry about it, but take advantage with this promotion. Some of you guys are really talking about it and taking advantage of it. Some of you guys, maybe you're messaging in the background and doing lots. But man, fire up your team. Like, get your team going with it. Maybe you want to do a contest with your team. Maybe you have yeah, Tan, I forgot compression socks. But yeah, if you enroll 3 people a month for 9 months, you'd be able to help over 6,000 people. Wow. It's just little things like that. It's the steps to success, you guys. But I want you to lead from the front. Like, I will never tell you to do something that I'm not doing myself. I will never say to get to events or do an online party or be there for your team or do things. And the people who do those things are the people who become successful, right? So I don't want you to be me. I don't want you to be Jackie or Trudy or whatever. I want you to be you, but don't say like you're upset about something when you're not changing things, right? So anyone can do this and anyone can get these promotions, you guys. It's, you know, Caroline and I were talking about this because, you know, we're both promoting to ambassador, and it's like, Caroline's been in this business, and I'm not comparing again, but everybody's journey is different. I said this to Tracy yesterday. I said, you know, there was a girl who took her 2 years to go diamond, but she became a millionaire in 4 years, right? So it took me 3.5 months to go diamond, and I'm becoming a millionaire in just over 4 years, right? So do not compare your journey to anyone else's. But if you really need this and want this, you got to show up. You got to give yourself an ass kick, right? You got to stop being a victim and be like, oh, like, why isn't this happening for me? It's probably just not happening because there's a shift. You just need a shift in your mindset. It's really what it is. Like, I believe in all of you. Like, I'm looking at all of you guys on here right now. And if I'm ever tough with you, it's just because I know you need this. I know you've told me that you want to go diamond, double, triple, and I know you need it and you talk about it. So if I ever push you sometimes, it's just because I'd rather push you and have you get that and be like, Tanis, like, thank you for not giving up on me and pushing me to do this, than me saying, oh, good job, and giving you a pat on the back and nothing changes. Like, that would be shitty of me, right? So I just want you guys to know, like, what we have our hands on here, you guys, is truly incredible. Like, the cap that, you know, there is no cap on this. Like, you know, those who were at conference and those who have been to events, you guys know the compensation plan. Well, it just got better. You know, the charting just got way better. You know, I didn't think it was, I mean, I think anything can be difficult sometimes, but it just got way simpler, is what I'm saying. So, you know, people have said this before, you know, you need to learn what to do and then just do it. Like, if it's the last week of the month and you don't have your chart out, like, what are you doing? How are you promoting, right? But if you have your chart out now, you know I've messaged some of you and I asked you to send me your chart. It's because I want to see it and I want to know that I'm looking at the same thing that how you're looking at. Some of you don't want my help, and that's fine. And you can do things on your own, and that's cool. But I want you guys to know, if I ask to see it, it's because I want to make sure that you're just doing things the right way. You know, don't expect your team to know everything. You should be charting them out, helping them out. You guys, Ruby is 3 people underneath you now, okay? 3 qualified legs and 2,000 volume. You know, Emerald, like, you guys, like, I have all the charts out. I would print them all out for you. If I were you, I'd print them all out for you and your teams. If you need to send them to your teams, if you want me to send you guys anything, if you need help from me, please message me. I'm happy to help. But it's just taking action. It's taking massive action, knowing what you want and knowing what you're doing, right? So, you know, if I'm asking you what your chart is, don't wait till the end of February and be like, okay, I'm going to go get diamond, but I'm going to chart myself out right now. Like, don't do that, right? Do it now. Do it now. And heck, you might look at yourself and be like, wow, I can go double diamond by March, right? So you just have to be prepared, you know? Yeah, Cindy, you're going double or triple or 3, I don't know. Presidential, ambassador, I don't know. Maybe you'll surpass me, I don't know. But does anybody have any questions right now? I kind of wanted to keep it around an hour. And then if anyone has any questions for me right now or wanted to ask anything about conference, or if anyone wanted to share anything from conference, I know a lot of you guys were at conference. A lot of you guys weren't, and that's okay. Anyone have an aha moment they wanted to share or ask me anything from conference? I don't know. Events for me just, and like I said, I didn't know if I was going to go. Alexis, you wanted to share? Is that what you meant by yes? Yeah, you are, Cindy. Go do it.
Yes.
And know who your 3 people are, right? That's all it is. You know, I always thought I needed 5. Now I need 3 leaders, and I know who they are, right? Run with those people who are running and they know what they want, okay? Okay, Alexis, tell me what you would like to share. It was so good seeing you.
Yes, it was. My thing is, my aha, when she said, put your blinders on.
Yes.
Don't worry about what's going over there with that distributor. Don't worry about what's going over there with her, how many customers they're doing. Put your blinders on and go towards and run towards your goal. I got so many people adding me. That's just because I have a YouTube review out there with 12,000 views, and I'm still confused on how. But that doesn't matter. But they are like, just keep your blinders on. Why are you watching other people? Worry about yourself and your own success and go stay in your lane. That's what she said. Stay in your lane. And I thought that was perfect for me.
It's so good, right? Because you're not Jackie. You're not Candace. You're not me. Like, we all have different stuff going on in our lives, right? Like, I know I'm really obsessive. Like, I'm obsessive, right? So I wake up every morning and I'm like, okay, who am I going to talk to today? Which distributor am I going to join? Like, I'm just very much like that because I'm an obsessive. I'm like OCD, right? So, but that's okay. Not everybody's like that, right? But if you are doing at least 1 to 2 power hours a day, you can go diamond, double, triple presidential. But if you're just sitting on your phone, putting up a couple posts, you're showing up on things, but you're not really doing anything, well, nothing's going to happen, right? So I love that you said stay in your own lane. And I love everyone, I'm talking about it, I'm posting on the team page about claiming your promotions. Like, I want you guys to shout it out. Tell people what you're doing. I'm putting up a post either tonight or tomorrow and saying I'm going ambassador. Like, put out there what you're doing, what you're promoting to. Because, Alexis, if you're not shouting out, I'm not shouting out. Like, how's it going to happen, right? We need to put out it and own what we're going to do, right? So
that is my next thing is I just went through the scariest thing today. I shouted on live that I am a diamond leader, and I said I'm going for it. You're with me or you're not with me. And so that was like the scariest thing. Like,
good for you, and you'll do it too. I'm rooting for you.
Man, scary, but I did something that I never really used to do because I used to be like low self-esteem, didn't think that I would be able to do it, but going to conference really fuels you.
You're a rock star. You're amazing.
You have to go to an event. Show up to go up. Like, I'm not kidding you. Soon as they announced that there was an event in my city, I bought my ticket because there's no excuse for me not to go. I can't be like, oh, well, I ain't got the money.
You have the best energy. And if you guys are around Alexis, you just want to hug her because she's just like, boom, boom, right? And like, I know we had never met before, and we met in person, and I've always loved your energy. So it's so true. And I love Audrey, I love what you're saying. And I loved meeting you too. If this is your plan B, plan A is your 9 to 5. That's exactly what it is, okay? If you are comfortable at your job, like, that's what you're saying, right, Audrey? Like, if you're comfortable at your job, you'll stay at your job, and this will always just be something on the side, and that's fine. But if you want diamond, double, triple presidential ambassador, you need to think this as being a business. You need to think this as being more of, I forget who said that, Audrey. Who said that? If you're still there. But I know what you're saying, and I know it was a really big event for you too. And you guys, Audrey drove from New Mexico to Pensacola. How many hours was that again? Like 18 hours. Yeah, Morgan McIntyre. You drove 18 hours, then you got to Pensacola and went with Catherine and who else? Kate and Lana. Did you guys all go together? But that was so good when she said that. Like, if you have to really need this for you to be successful, you do. I love that, Audrey. Thanks for sharing that. And I love that you made this happen. And even though you had to run back to the hotel and, you guys are busy mamas and, but yeah, it's just getting to events and just knowing what you want and just taking action. Does anyone have anything else that they want to share? Robin, Stella, who else? Does anyone? Bailey, Tanya. Does anyone have any aha moments they want to share? Stephanie?
Yeah, you know what, Tan? I totally do. Thanks for asking.
You share. I want you to share because you're awesome.
You're awesome too. I think for me, like, the most important part lately has been just being really consistent. Just making sure that I am talking about my why and the opportunity that It Works has brought me into my life, like the changes, like, and what it could do for people. Like, people don't realize how life-changing this business actually is. And I think the other thing is really growing your network. For me, like you said, if you're not getting anything from your same group of people, like, grow your network, join those keto groups, those mommy groups, those dog groups, those whatever it is. Like, look at your friends, see what mutual friends you guys have in common, look at their profiles, look at their photos, add them to your network. It's the only way you're going to get this out there and attract new people. So for me, that has been really, really helping. Get on all the Zooms, all the parties, go to all your team functions, like, just do that, be a leader, get your team on the same page, and you're really going to see success.
That's awesome, Tan. Thank you. And I know I was so excited about you going to conference because I know, Tan, you joined, when did you join? July? June?
July.
And you told me you're going. I was like, yes. You know, and Tan, you guys was a customer of mine for a long time, and she's running. And I knew when I saw you, you had the best attitude all weekend. You were so excited. And you know, sometimes it's hard, like at these events, they're really overwhelming. You know, they're really big, lots going on. And anyone who has anxiety or, you know, I'm like, oh my gosh, right? And I've been to many events now, but you guys, I've been to 4 conferences. I've been to 2 green carpets. I've flown to like Chicago, One Team One Missions. And I'm telling you right now, I got to all those events because I knew what my goal was. I knew my goal was big, right? So I understand a lot of you guys don't go to things because, oh, like you can't afford it, you can't get enough time off work. But if your why is big, you need to get to these things and treat this like the business that it is. Another aha moment, plan your lives at supreme times. Talk about the opportunity. Sunday, Huggy, when everyone is dreading work on Monday morning. Yes, exactly. You know, and you guys, it's the timing of your posts and when you're talking to people. That's exactly it, Audrey. And people talk about, and Ashley Sinclair, you guys, she's excited all the time. She talks about her business all the time. She's open about who she is. And that's how you have to be in this business to sign distributors, to sign, you know, customers, to, you know, people just don't take you seriously otherwise. That's awesome. That's good for you. 15 people, like, do parties. Like, if you have a local team, it's the best thing ever because you can, that's why the Quebec team does so well. I have everybody local to them. If your team is local, you should get together every single week and watch how things change for your team. But if you're not doing those things and you're not showing up to things, you know, it's just not a priority to you. No, you're not all alone in Alberta. There's a lot of distributors in Alberta. I think there's some on the team too. I know you guys, Cindy, you guys are on fire. It was so great seeing everyone and meeting, you know, all the girls, you know, Tasia and Audrey, you're still driving. Good for you. And you're on a Zoom. Good for you. You know, so you guys, like, if you have a local team, like, fire up your team. Do get-togethers every week. Like, I know I try and, you know, I know a lot of times people wait around for, you know, their uplines to do things. But if you want to be that diamond leader, start doing things for your team. You know, like, don't wait around for me or Robin or Caroline or Steph or whoever your leader is. Yeah, you know what? It doesn't matter if your team doesn't live here either, but I'm just saying it's cool if you do have team that, and if you don't have team and they're all over, you can get on a Zoom every other day. You can do a power hour together. You know, Alexis, when I started my team, like, I think my first distributor was in Calgary. Then after that, I had someone in Vegas. And then I started growing a couple people in Winnipeg. So you can have team all over the place. And you guys, with the Philippines and Mexico now, that's opening in the second quarter, but you can get them. That's huge. I know for me, I know a lot of Filipinos. And I know a lot of girls on the team and guys on the team know people who are in Mexico. I'm signing up someone tonight who's in Florida, but her family is Mexican or Spanish, and she has a lot of people in Mexico, so she's excited about that. Yes, Catherine, I know you're excited about that. It was so good seeing you and your baby. Oh my gosh, I love her. But yeah, you guys, it's just owning it, deciding what you want, just doing it. Like, you know. Yes, that's awesome, Robin. The pick and choose samples, yeah, that's amazing. I wouldn't use the 20 coat. That's a good question, Alexis. You're not like signing them up right now. You're just getting them in the pre-register. I need to watch Denise's video on that because I don't want to give you guys the wrong information. I also know that Denise has a Zoom tomorrow night as well. And she'll be going over some things as well. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, so I don't want to give you any answer because I really don't know. But I know she was talking about how you can get people on your Connect app and they can like basically pre-enroll, but they can't sign up distributors or I mean, I think they can start signing up people, but they can't buy products or make money yet. I believe in April or May. They said second quarter. So write down people that you know. If you guys know a lot of people who are in the Philippines or Mexico or people who are Filipino or Spanish or whatever, right? Can be huge for you. You could, you know, it can be really huge. But you guys, you got to think big in this business. If you think big and you know, you're going to get big. But if you're like, oh, I don't really need to do this, well, nothing's probably going to really happen. So I'll be honest with you, right? You know, maybe your goal isn't presidential or triple or double or diamond, and that's fine. But if you have goals, ruby, emerald, diamond, or whatever that is, maybe you want to make $1,000 a month. I mean, that's amazing. I'd take that. Maybe you love your job, and that's fine too. But be clear on what you want, because you need to know what you want for your audience to know what you want, for your team to know what you want, for your future team to know what you want. If you're not signing up distributors, I'm telling you, it's just a shift in your mindset that you need to do. You're probably not talking to enough people. You're probably not interacting with people. And maybe you're working on the same people and they're just not ready, right? So really think about that. Do you want to save money, spend money, save money, or make money for potentials? That's a good one. You guys are just full of golden nuggets here. See, it's a good thing I asked questions.
Well, and Tan, I think something you said that was really super important was, like, don't work hard. Like, if people aren't really interested in, like, getting into the business and you have to chase them or like work really hard at getting them to join, it's probably going to be the same way with their business. So you only want people to join your team who really want this as much as you do and are really going to hit the ground running just like you are.
And you know what? I'm really glad that you said that, because I'm yellow red, right? But I've also learned that I'm not waiting around for people anymore. I have a huge goal. I'm going ambassador at the end of March. I know I've waited around on people, and, you know, and it's no one's fault but mine, right? Like, you know, some people just aren't ready at certain times, and that's okay. I'm not blaming anything on anyone. This is my business. So, but I like that you shared that, because honestly, like, I think a lot of people do blame people. I think people make up excuses for their team. But at the end of the day, like, we are our own business owners. We are our own people. You can't get mad at your team for not doing something, because you're probably not doing it. You know what I mean? So I chatted with a girl earlier, and she's like, oh, you know, like, I don't really know. And I was so straight up honest with her. I said, girl, I'd love to have you on my team. You know, I'll be honest with you. Like, you know, I want people to want to do this, you know. And she's like, oh, I really appreciate that. So be honest with people. I'm really honest with people. Like, if they say, oh, am I going to get rich quick? I'm like, nope. I said, can you make money quick? Yes, you can. But, you know, you could do really well in your first few months, but you have to give her, you have to work hard. I will never say to someone, like, you're going to make tons of money in your first month and you're just going to make all this money and you're going to be so rich. Like, I never talk like that. I'm very open and honest with people. What they see is what they get. And if they want to run with me and do this, they can do really well. But if they don't really show up and do anything, nothing's really going to happen, right? So there's one thing I wanted to read to you guys, and if anyone else wanted to share anything, I know we're almost at the 1 hour. What was it? Okay. Only the guy at the top makes money. This argument more accurately describes a job. How often does a minimum wage worker become the CEO? In fact, many quality employees never get the advancement and financial rewards their quality of work deserves. In my business, effort equals your paycheck. Okay, so I have 2 girls on my team, you guys, who signed up after me, who are both higher income than me. One's Carol Ann and one's a triple diamond on the team. So you guys, there's double diamonds and triple diamonds who are in the top 150 making $200,000 a year, $300,000 a year. Like, you know, so, and that's amazing, but it just goes to show you, like, anyone can surpass me. Anyone can surpass Carol Ann, you know, like, you know, so if you've been in this business for over a year and you're not where you want to be, really be clear on what your goals are and what you want, because I don't want you to continue, what do they call it, like a hamster wheel. If you're not doing the things, like if you're showing up for everything and, you know, you're thinking you're doing everything and you're not signing up people and you're not promoting, your team's not, like, it's just that something's missing, right? That's all it is. And you can change that. I've seen people not sign up people and then all of a sudden they become huge recruiters because they figure out what they need to do. You don't need to be a huge recruiter in this. That's not what I'm saying. But you need to learn what works for you. The number 2 income earner was nowhere near the top 150 last year. I know. I had no idea who she was. You know, like, I was number 34 last year. I don't know. And I had no idea who this Cassie girl was. And she was, I think, in the 200 somewhere. And now she's number 2 in the company and probably makes $80,000 a month, American, and she's 24 years old. Right? So if you're on here and maybe you're an executive or a Ruby, or I know some of you guys are brand, like I know Leanne, for example, is running to Double Diamond. Like she just joined a few months ago. Like she could be in the top earners this year. She can. It happens all the time. There was someone paid as executive in December and they were presidential this December. And there was someone who was paid executive last conference they went to, and then they just promoted to presidential while they were at conference. So you guys, it all adds up there, right? Like success leaves clues. It's showing up, it's getting on things, and it's what you're willing to do, right? It's what you're willing to show up and do. So if anyone has any other questions, that's all I kind of wanted to go over tonight. Just kind of be excited and share a little bit about, I know Denise has a Zoom tomorrow night. If you're in Winnipeg, you're all invited to my house at 7 o'clock. Yes, Leanne, it's hard work, but it's so worth it. And you know what? Leanne's team is taking off because she is running. You know, I mean, like the pace of the leader is the pace of the pack, right? You might have runners on your team and might have people not do anything. You could be a runner and you might not have runners on your team. That happens too. Happens to me too, right? But I'm just saying, if you are running and signing up distributors and customers, your team is going to get excited and do the same too. But you can't expect your team to be promoting and doing things if you're not really doing anything, right? So, you know, good job, Leanne. Who taught you that? I hope that's you, iPhone. But yeah, it's so true. And I just really appreciate all you guys. And one thing I'll say about a lot of you guys, like, take my constructive criticism. Leanne takes it and she's running with it. And I'm running with her, you know? So if you're upset that someone says something to you and you're not showing up on things, it's probably something with your own self that you're dealing with. Like, I know if someone's giving you, it's because we're trying to help you. I want to see you guys make money. I would rather someone be upset with me about something and think like, Tanis is being a jerk, but you're making money next month, right? So then saying, good job, Cindy, and giving you a little tap on the forehead. But Cindy knows how I am, right? And she knows I love her. But I just want to thank you guys all for being on here. Honestly, show up for your team. If you're an executive or a Ruby or Emerald, you can do get-togethers. You can do dream board nights. You can do parties and Zooms and power hours for your team. You can do all of that. You don't have to wait for me. I know a lot of people do, but you don't have to, right? If you want to go diamond and you're expecting your team to show up, be that leader, right? Be that person that you want to be, you know? You don't have to be me or Trudy or Heather or whatever. I want you to be you. Aw, Tan, I'm so proud of you. You were so great this weekend. Because you know what, you guys, conference can be tough. If anyone hasn't tried yet, what's the Planoly app? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, but you can share that on the page if you want. If you guys have anything you want to share on the team page in the chats, please. I love it when you do that. Don't feel like if you're not an executive or Ruby or Emerald that you can't post things. I want you to be able to openly post things and encourage your team to be involved. You know, our team page, we want people to feel safe in its community and just be involved, right? So just be involved, you know, be involved in your team, be excited, show up. I know people can't get on everything, but you know, it's just decide what you can get on during the week, decide what you want to do for your team every week, be involved, connect with your team, work with your team, and that's where you're going to see all your progress. So thanks guys for being on tonight. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Tomorrow night, like I said, at my house, 7 o'clock, if you're in Winnipeg. Wednesday night, there's an online party. Anything that you want to do. If you guys want to do a Zoom one night for the team, you have something you want to share, put it up on the team page. A lot of people do that. So I recommend that you guys all do those things, right? Don't depend on other people. This is your business, okay? So have a good night, guys. I appreciate you guys all being on. Have a good night.